Okay, so now we're going to talk about a little bit how the Retzuos are made, and I'm going to show you some photos from an awesome book which I have, and we'll talk a little bit about the making of the Retzuos, and you'll be sure to learn some cool stuff. So here we go. Okay, so this is a machine, like you see if you can read the Hebrew script underneath the picture. This is a machine which splits the skin. If you look at the Retzuos, they're not very, I mean, yes, every company, they vary. Some are a little bit thicker, some are thinner. I'm talking about the width of the Retzuah here. But the skin on the cow, it's a much thicker skin. So they have to split the skin, or the Retzuos would be very thick. Okay, so this is a machine which splits the skin. You may have heard the term shpalt. There's Retzuos which is called ar elyon, and then there's the skin Retzuos which are made out of ar tachton. Okay, the bottom layer of the skin. Now the upper layer of the skin is a stronger skin, right? The lower level is called the shpalt, and it's not as strong, it's not as durable. This is the vat that the ibud is happening. That's the tanning process for the skins. You can see here, this one is a machine one. You can see there's a machine over there, and that's what actually spins the vat, and the skins are in there with the lime, and that's the tanning process. And here you have a skin, just like that, after the tanning process. It's ready to be painted. So this step, like I spoke earlier in the video about avodas yad versus machine, this will be the first step in avodas yad, whether this is being mixed by hand. You see here, you have a machine where the guy is cranking it to spin the vat. Okay, there's another picture of that. Versus, and that's what the inside of the skin's what it looks like. Versus the machine spinning it and doing all that. Okay, so yeah, so this is the skin that's ready to be painted. So this is what it means, painted by hand. Machine of Retzuos made by hand, because you have a big skin and the guy has a big brush, and here you can see the bucket where the paint is, and he's just painting the whole Retzuos by hand. Then you have another way of painting the Retzuos. There's a machine just like this. The skin passes through this machine, and as it goes through it, it just spray paints the entire top of the Retzuah, and like that, you can imagine how much faster that goes and how much less work that is, and you know that's why the cost of machine Retzuos are typically cheaper, and it's also not as you know, mohoder in that sense, that it's not being totally done every aspect of it by hand. That's the skin what it looks like when it's done, and then they hang it on like these like oversized hangers, and it stays like that to dry. Now the cutting process is pretty cool. He has a little clip on the edge of the table over here, and he just takes the skin and he goes in a circle, and this can obviously be adjusted, like we spoke earlier in the video, for 18 millimeters, the 15 or the 13 millimeters, whatever size he wants it can be adjusted over here. And then it's just a matter of spinning the skin in a circle as it in order to cut it. And so you can imagine, as you get closer to the core, the center, the circle will be sharper and sharper and sharper. So a lot of times when we get to the end of the roll, that part of the Retzuah, I have to end up throwing it away because it's too curly. But I think I read somewhere once that the Retzuah in the middle is the strongest part of the skin. So it may be a little curly, but sometimes there's an advantage to that curl because it's the strongest part of the skin, the center over there. And this is the way it's packed away, like this. They put it over this and they stretch it in order to try to make it as straight as possible. And you can see a sample of the hechsher that's on the actual Retzuah. Okay, so I hope that was insightful, a little bit how the Retzuos are made. So again, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you like this video, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on my next video. Another video coming out real soon, and stay tuned.